Ayra Starr and Wizkid are up again. Ayra Starr had a song, at the time, forgotten the song. Is it Make Way or something like that? She wanted to release the song. There's this
Okay.
part where she was drawing someone's with rope and a DJ, someone following her. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, we didn't hear about that song again. She dropped all that song and everything. Another case of, I don't drop that song now. Maybe, or Wiz, Alpha, can you help us jump on this record? You know, while so Wiz must have said, okay, you know what, just keep that. This is my own. I'm just planting things on in my head.
Are you sure
No,
she
she didn't
didn't
drop the
drop the
record. She
record?
didn't drop
I'm
the
not
record.
sure she.
So
Mm.
she
Okay.
probably waited, and she felt Wiz would have been a very good, feature on this record. Let me wait for it. I'm gonna get Wizkid. She's finally gotten Wizkid. I understand Wizkid. I've forgotten it on the record right now. Coming out very soon though, and I can tell you that people are anticipating. Wizkid FC are also anticipating as well.
Mm.
Now, is it a collabo that we need at this time or not?
Actually, Ayra Starr is making so much headway by
Mm.
herself. Um, it's not like she hasn't featured on the
Yeah.
Wizkid record before.
To sugar.
She has to sugar. So they've done that. Oh, everybody then was like, oh, is Wiz, because
Mm.
on stage as at that time it looked like Thames was not she was not going a certain way in terms of
Yeah.
performance of Essence. That O2 incident and all this. That's what it felt like, and it felt like, oh, Wiz was going to move on to another young female artist, do a song with her, and then see if they can have a bit of chemistry in attempts to push the
Mm-hmm.
record. Basically, that didn't happen. But Two Sugar was one of the lead singles. I mean, I think people loved it when it was going to release. What's the name of his album? More of Less Ego,
Mm.
right? So, um, they've explored that option. I don't think it's something that Arya Star needs. It might be just Wiz trying to return the favor. Wiz featuring, Arya Star featuring
Mm-hmm.
Wiz, right? It might be that, oh, you have featured on this, my boss. I need something in return. Would you, the same way Buju was able to
Wiz
feature
and Wiz
on
featuring,
Wiz, and
yeah.
Wiz
Right.
feature on it. So things like that. It's just maybe just finishing that cycle of you featured me, I
Mm.
featured you. And if you have a Wizkid feature, you're not going to sleep on it anyway. She has that song already. It's an opportunity for her. But can she do without the feature? I think definitely not, because she's made so much headway in her career. Yeah, she's very comfortable in her space. She's bagging
You say,
awards. She's getting
can she do without
nominated.
the whiskey feature?
Yes, definitely. She's not she's not at that level where she needs every big
Hmm.
cosign right now. She's that huge of an artist. Yeah, she's that huge of an artist. If you look at um performances outside of the country, um places she's
Hmm.
appearing, people she's featuring, and things like that. She's not at that level anymore. She's not at the level as at when
Was
Two
really.
Sugar was created. Yeah. She's gone, after Two Sugar, she's grown in leaps and bounds. She's grown as an artist. Fan base has also grown, has tripled, if I
Hmm.
could say so. Right. So she doesn't need that Wizkid feature like that, to be honest. But if she has it, it's not something she's going to sleep on. Of course,
And
she'll
that
want to
brings me to
release
the
it.
question, Big Lala. I know we talked about Burna Boy feature on Lahore Remix a while ago, and also we've talked about Davido and Omale, Davido and on Olakera, Maserati, and the likes of them. For Wizkid
Mm.
in 2025, what's the value of a Wizkid feature in 2025?
I think it still holds much value. It just depends on who the artist is. The value you place on it depends on the kind of level you are as an artist at the very moment, right? People like Terry Akpala would tell you the biggest thing that happened to them is
In
Whiskey
the
dropping on
record, yeah.
their record, right? If you see how their career had panned out, they had not made headway. They have not gotten to that stage, right? They are still trying to you know, break even. They were still in the formative stage and trying to get people to feel their music for what it is, right? And then they jump on Wiz jumps on it, and then the rest
Mm-hmm.
is history for them. They feel all the all the effect, the ripple effects in their streams, in their fan
Yeah.
base, booking shows, to come and perform that same song. So they feel it. Like I said, it's still a whiskey feature. Excuse me, a whiskey feature is very, very valuable. I'm not going to downplay that, but it just depends on the kind of artist you are at that very
When
moment,
last
basically.
when you talked about Terapala with with the Pala Disco, with DJ Tunes as well. Now
Yeah.
that was in 2024, I think. In 2025, I don't think we have done a lot, of features. Charlie Poppy,
Assuming whenever promotes, we no agree put too much effort for an
his
album.
album,
Now you
yeah,
only
yeah. But in terms of the feature now, Ayra Starr and Wizkid, the second one they would ever have. The first one, Wizkid featured Ayra Starr. Now Wizkid is returning back the favor. Are we going to have a song as
yeah.
big as Two Sugar, or are we going to have a song just like Two Sugar?
I think that remains to be seen. Again, Ayra Starr she has grown as an
Yeah,
artist. She's not that artist
yeah.
into Sugar anymore. That song was what, almost 3 years now.
2022,
3 years
yeah,
ago.
2022. More like months ago.
Ayra Starr, if she was living teenage years that time, what the
Balaga.
Agbalagbe, what the Balaga sing. So she's not that kind of artist anymore. She's
Mm,
way different. Even the way she would approach the record, I don't know if it's a song they recorded back then, whatever it is, but the way and manner of that song would be totally different from her. Promoting the album would be totally different. So yeah, I'm not going to say this one is going to be better than this one, but it remains to be seen. It depends on several other
mm.
factors. But yes, she's going to approach it in a
And
more
I kind
matured
of
way,
think that
basically.
people are, looking at this from there's that constant comparison of Whiskey and Thames, and for Two Sugar, people felt they did not get it right to the standard of Essence. So are we trying to see another? Let's give it another try to see if it's going to match up to Essence, or what do you think?
Well, because Essence sets such
High standards.
high standard, so it's hard to try to topple that anyway. And I don't think the goal should be that to topple it, because
Mm.
songs like that would only come once and they go.
Once on the go, yeah.
Is what you make of it. Thames has made the best out of whatever what's it called, exposure she got with Wiz. Right, you can see now she's playing the international game. She not even send the home front. She's playing international game. If you drop anything today, if you know bank for home, you know consigner.
No, no, no
They
concern.
do a thing. That's how far that record went. So it's just what you make of some of these things. That's all.
Definitely. Anyway, we wish Arasta and Whiskey all the very best. We can't wait for that one. It's called Give Me That. God damn it. God damn. God damn. Yeah. Anyways, hopefully Wiz and Arasta they come through on that particular record. And we know it's gonna be hopefully gets to be on Arasta's new record or new album rather, coming out very soon. And talking about albums, Big Lala, as we close the show today, Burna Boy is set to drop the album. Now, first of all, No Sign of Weakness has been rinsed and repeated, for a couple of months right now.
Mm-hmm.
When is this album dropping?
I think they're checking each other's hands. You know, when you're playing poker and you're trying to figure out what your opponent has. I think that's what's going on here. He probably wants to just see what Davido has got in stock. Right?
Okay.
And he's probably seen that now. Then he knows, because everyone will talk big about what they have coming up, and then whether they like it or not, they always have to watch what is going on with every other person. Apart from the fact that there has to be there's competition. There's competition in terms of getting the stakeholders' attention, whether it's DSPs, whether it's all these media. It also helps the media because they can push things, they can do things in a more structured way. This month we're having this person, that month we're having the person. Oh, this particular DSP, I'm gonna placements and all those things.
Yeah.
Imagine if a Wizkid or a Davido and a Burna Boy are releasing on the same day. That's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for everybody involved. The artists, the stakeholders, the media platforms, is a complete nightmare for them, because you now have to put yourself in a situation where you are backing one person to be number one on this list, or
Understood.
to be the face of this playlist, or to come and appear on this time. It's a nightmare. And people who suffered it, two artists who suffered that was Joe Boy and Ruga. even though Vuga, you can say he edged it on the digital front because he got the backing of I think Spotify and
I
Apple
think
more
yeah.
than a Joe Boy. So
Mhm.
it doesn't help anybody when artists are releasing at the same time. Everybody has to watch what everybody's doing. Right.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what they need to do.
Anyway, but Burna Boy has been talking about this album for a while, and like you said, not wanting to drop in the same distance with Davido and Wiz and everything. So I've seen a couple of tweets of people saying, "Oh, Burna Boy is afraid of dropping an album, alongside the time Davido and Wizkid drops, so that it does not flop." Now, I don't think that's a statement that that's true. To be honest,
To be honest, it's just fan talk, just fandom talk. I don't think any of them are scared of anybody. If anything,
you don't think they're scared of each other,
no, they're not scared of each
or you
other.
think they are watching each other's
Yeah,
back door?
definitely. They're watching it. Definitely they're watching. No, there's no as insignificant as what's his name is. Speed Darlington is Burna Boy say they watch everything they do.
Yeah, yeah.
Burna Boy is still looking as ways to get back at him.
As him, yeah.
So you can't tell me they can form they can form on looking or form I don't follow these things, which I
Yeah,
find hard to believe, right? But
but they
yes,
do.
they do. They follow everything.
They
They
do.
know what is going on with people, which is what is at play because
Mhm.
everybody been shouting those kind of weaknesses.
Bro, at this point, I
Mm,
kind of feel like this delay is actually that's why I put delay is denial. You're denying the fans. There's a guy on Twitter who has been Benny G
mm.
or Benny 70 who has been tweeting no sign of weakness, empty chairs, empty this, empty that, and you have literally speech don't rock more for people mouth talking about this
You
album.
don't type everything come off for keyboard.
So the thing is, I think that the album has been over anticipated and it has reached a particular, you know, point where it's now coming down.
Mm.
You understand? Maybe Lahore Remix is going to bring it, back up again. But I kind of think that they had anticipated the album to a point where it has gotten to the ceiling, so it was now coming down.
Hmm.
You know, that's what I think. This delay is too much. If you're not going to drop an album in 2, 3 months or 4 months, there's no point. Burna Boy has been talking about No Sign of Way since December, be November, be October last year. What exactly is that sign of weakness? It is a sign of weakness that you have not even dropped this album
Ooh.
for 6 months.
You're talking big now. It's a sign of weakness.
It's a sign of weakness.
Wow.
I think so. Because I think if you are creating anticipation for something for 6 months, this is April. We're gonna go to May very soon. We've
Mm.
been hearing about No Sign of Weakness about maybe October or November or thereabout to the new year, 4 months into the year, 5 months into the year, and it does not even have a date.
That's
No
strategy.
date.
My strategy.
But Big Lala, don't you think that people are going to get to a point where, you know what, we're not even interested in this anymore?
Yeah, that's a possibility, but it's a strategy. The getting the exact date of releasing projects
Hmm.
might be a strategy for what their end goal is. Some people are eyeing certain awards. They are eyeing certain.
So they want to drop it during that.
So they want to make sure that they're
Falls into the
placed.
window.
Yeah, they are placed perfectly where there might be some recency bias that plays a part or whatever it is. No, it's strategies that people employ. You don't want to
Yeah,
drop too early and you don't want to drop too late.
too
You
late.
just want to just drop just about right when people
So
would
why
be
don't so why
buzzing
don't
about your
you
record.
just chill then and stop
No chill, everything are
empty
promo.
chairs and
Everything are roll
everything?
out. Everything are promo.
Do you
Everything are
think
roll
Burna
out.
Boy? You think Burna Boy is under a lot of pressure right now? Because if you've cooked something for so long, you better sweet. If you know sweet, you go hear that from people. Do you think Burna Boy is in that state right now where he feels, what, I've delayed so much on this album. If it has to come out, it has to come out really, really good.
To be honest, I don't think so. I don't think he's under any pressure. Um, but he's going through a lot. He told what's her name? Sophia.
Sophia Igweje.
He said he's going through a lot because of hospitality.
Actually, too.
Because of so many other things, he's going through a lot, but he's not under pressure. Nah, I don't think. If there's anybody who is very confident in his craft,
It's Burna Boy.
Sure of himself is Burna
Definitely
Boy.
Burna
Yeah,
Boy. Definitely
yeah. It's
Burna Boy.
not
Yeah.
pressure care. Nah, nah.
Def-
No be for Nigeria go feel pressure. If anything, that is then that is then full Nigeria for Burna Boy. Not pressure. It doesn't feel that pressure.
right. Before we round up Big Lala, just a quick guess or a wild guess of when Burna Boy is going to drop this album. Do you think second quarter, third, or the last quarter
I think
of
June.
2025?
I think June.
June, June 2025. So in about 2 months.
Yeah, I think June works for him.
June.
Yeah.
Hmm. What if it doesn't drop in June?
Then I'll follow your line of thoughts. Well, Max, I think June it will drop. Now that Davido's album's out of the way, Wiz is not dropping an album.
Hmm.
Who else is there that he needs to be looking at? He's not going to be. There's nobody else. Omale, I know Omale's got something coming.
Yeah.
Even that's
Omale might upstage him. Don't you think that?
nah. Well, he doesn't care. He does. He said recently that he doesn't care about the
Market, right.
Nigerian market. All the things, all these tantrums.
So why are you looking at Nigerian artists then? Why are you looking at a Wizkid, a Davido, if you're not focusing on the Nigerian market?
True. That shows his hypocritical mindset. That's what it shows. Because you can't use one mouth to say they're nothing.
If a new
You
Doc
don't
or
really care.
Jay-Z and they were dropping, we say, okay, maybe that's why, because you're focusing on that market.
Yeah.
Except you also think David and Wizkid are international stars, which I think they are, in their own
Of
right.
course they are. You can't even take it from them. When you look at the catalog of these artists who are supposedly competition with
Yeah.
with the Burna Boy,
Yeah.
you can't knock them. You can't knock Wiz. You can't knock Davido.
Yeah.
In fact, but if they are all fighting and they are calling themselves local artists, all of anybody that calls each other local artists within themselves needs to be slapped, because there's nothing you can. They have everything that everybody else is looking for. They have longevity. They have hits on hits every year. They have albums. They have awards. They both have everything equally. You can say some people are edging other people out in terms of going on tour and all those things, which
Yeah.
is that's valid. But
Yeah.
on the home front, they are I more or less see them as equals.
Definitely. Anyways, Big Lala, before we go, finally, before I let you go as my co-host for today,
Mm,
Big Lala, Wizkid has dropped Mariah November 2024. 6 months later, we
mhm,
have, or 5 months later rather, we have Davido dropping Five, the album. Burna Boy is also set to drop the No Sign of Weakness album.
mm.
You think, having listened to Wiz and David, you think Burna Boy is going to drop a much better album than these two guys?
I'm not going to judge that based off what these other two guys have dropped. I'm only going to I'm going to judge that based of the singles he has dropped. Um, and so far, bundle by bundle, that's a no for me. Updates, I mean, I've come back, I've told you, update is a jam because
Repented, yeah?
I yes, repented. I found myself singing, "Hello, Tao, Mountain
Agbabiaka.
Tao, Agbabi Akao." That's what I found myself singing. I'm like, this is a jam.
It's jam.
That's
Anyways,
what I found
guys.
myself singing.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think based on those two records, yeah, there's a chance he's gonna drop a banger.
a banger, right?
Yeah, I can't knock Burna to
For
be bad record.
for the foreigner, for the foreign fan base. Because
Even locally, I
yeah,
think
does it
people will turn around. It's just that his behavior is the only thing that lets
true.
people the local fan base have,
Yeah,
it's just that behavior, that nonchalance, that disdain that he has for Nigerian fan base.
yeah,
That's the turn off. And it's only two people that give me that itch. Two Nigerian artists. Oh,
yeah,
is it my
yeah.
birthday?
I see the balloon.
It's only two people that give me the ick. But I still go back to the city the song.
Who are the
Is
people?
Brimo and Burna Boy. As much
I
as I
know.
hate their guts, But once in a while, I can just go, let me go and just listen to these people's song.
Bona, yeah.
That Brimo is I hate his guts so much. But when I'm listening to this song, I'm like, damn, this guy is so talented.
He's so good.
So yeah,
He's so
it's
so
that
good. He's
crazy.
so
Yeah.
good. He's so good. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for you right now. Burna Boy, no sign of weakness. Delay is maybe denial or not for the fans. It's been over 6 months right now. We'll be hearing about this one. And of course, guys, just let us know your thoughts on Burna Boy's latest remix with the Charlie Poppy, that one Lahore, the remix performed at the Stade de France just a couple of days ago. Burna Boy is really, really trending, and we are actually happy for him on that one. Ayra Starr and Wizkid as well. Give me that. God damn it. Yes. Big, big single by Ayra Starr, the Celestial Being, and the one and only Machala himself, Starboy, Wizkid, who keeps deleting tweets anyways.
Why they always delete tweets?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's intentional from this guy. The
See
guy is
money,
smart.
see money with the role or something like that. Like it
It's
was
very intentional.
totally.
I think that's lyrics from the song with Olamide, possibly. I can bet my money on it. That's
That's why the okay. So why tweet it in the first place?
everything I promo now. He knows once he does it and we tweet, people will talk.
Anyways,
He just show himself.
guys, let's have your thought as well on Omale and Davido. A lot of people feel, nah, we regret ever doing that collaboration with you, Davido. Yeah, why are you trying to
Malele,
malign Omalele, Jukes and Diamond Platinums as well? The entry into Afrobeat. What exactly are the odds of these guys getting a lot of collaborations? And Big Lala said the best collaborator for Juma Jukes at this time will be Lil Kesh,
I
because
stand
he's
by
got
it.
a middle woman in there
I stand.
who is like a connector between himself and Juma. And Lala said he stands by that statement as well. Davido, Olamide, and Tiwa Savage, the 5 album Brouhaha, who is supporting who? The Wizkid also been in the mix as well. Guys, what do you think about that one? Davido's fans are accusing Olamide and Tiwa Savage of not supporting Davido's album, and Olamide, as far as going, even as far as going ahead to post a song between him and the number one arch nemesis of Davido, that one, Wizkid. Yes, FC are a menace, and even Teddy BG outside of there are a menace as well. But we love all of you and we appreciate you. We'll see you guys on the next one. Big Lala, thank you for co-hosting with me today. And of course, you should thank me for co-hosting with you now.
Thank you. You've done such a fantastic job. I need to give
Thank
you
you
your
so much.
flowers. You gave me
Flowers.
balloons. You gave me balloons, but can you give yourself some flowers?
Oh,
Because you deserve it.
where the flower?
Give yourself
What
some
flower?
balloons.
I don't know where are the balloons now. I can't find the balloons anywhere.
There's no balloons.
Oh my days, I can't find the balloons anywhere.
Goodness.
Oh my
Don't
goodness.
worry. Don't worry.
Anyways, you send my balloons or send. I don't want, but can I get?
No mention.
Can
No
I get
mention. Waiting.
500K, please? Can I
No
get
miss.
500K?
No mention. Waiting. I
Can I
think
get
so you won't mention.
500K, please? Can I get 500K, please?
Don't mention that thing that you wanted to mention. I know what you want to mention. Don't mention.
Anyway, let me tell you, I still do not like Lahore. So shove that up. Shove that up. I still do not like Lahore.
I know you are strong headed.
I
You
no, but sir, I still do. I don't think, as popular as it is, popular songs don't make good songs, and I stand by that. The same way you stood by your own this thing as well, I stand by it. Popular songs don't make good songs. I don't think it's a good song. It's just a popular song. It's a jam for a lot of people. I don't think it's a good song. Maybe a jam, but I don't think it's a good song.
I don't agree with you, but no problem.
No, you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree.
We don't end the show.
I know your taste in music, so it's fine.
My own taste. My update, colleague. Ciao.
So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. It's been an amazing session of Afrobeats Roundup, and we'll see you guys on the very next one.